Welcome to the World News, your daily dose of stories around the globe. I'm Randolf Jamias, here in Navida. We begin our stories with the retired space shuttle Endeavour. The spacecraft is set off on Friday for a trip unlike any of its previous journeys, one in which it will crawl through the streets of Los Angeles instead of bursting into space. Endeavour nosed out of Los Angeles International Airport before dawn as it began a 2-day journey at 2 miles per hour atop a massive wheeled transporter to its retirement home at the California Science Center on the edge of downtown. The shuttle flew from 1992 to 2011 and will go on public display after arriving at its destination. It was largely built in Southern California and was a workhorse of the U.S. space program, flying on 25 missions. The project to move the Endeavour will cost over $10 million.
Oh, I think it's awesome that it's here. It's great. Maybe it'll excite younger kids to look to the stars and try to do something exciting with their lives. So I think it's a great thing that the Endeavour is here, and I welcome it to LA. I mean, it's 25 million miles it's flown, and it still looks brand new.
Well, I think that a lot of the work that was done to build it, to design it and build it, was done here. It was part of the aerospace industry. And so I think there are a lot of people here. I'm personally not involved with that industry, but a lot of people here are. So they're really proud. It's like they can see their accomplishments coming home. So
it's a glorious American feature that we have here. Just to build something so big and something that marks the U.S. as kind of like a progressive force in space, I think it's worth seeing. I think everyone should see it.
Let's shift gears to some medical breakthroughs. Researchers in Perth, Western Australia say they are excited by research showing the effectiveness of silk in repairing damaged eardrums. Unlike conventional materials, silk can be used as a scaffold to grow cells, repair damage, and allow hearing to return. Rob Muir has more.
Often with a damaged eardrum comes impaired hearing. Conventional treatments involving surgical grafts of the patient's own tissue or synthetic materials are not always successful. But now researchers led by Professor Marcus Atlas at Perth's Ear Science Institute say they have found a potentially far better solution.
We came up with a better method, and that was the use of silk. And silk comes from the silkworm cocoon.
And using the silk membrane as a scaffold, the researchers were able to grow human eardrum cells to replicate an eardrum.
We found out that it was really effective, and it was the most effective of all of the products, including the ones that we conventionally use.
Additionally, post-operative recovery time is faster, according to Dr. Rodney Dilley.
That helps to cut down the likelihood of infection entering the middle ear cavity.
And the need for surgery and a full anaesthetic could be reduced.
Meaning that they can come into the outpatient clinic, have a procedure and go home the same day and be hearing almost immediately through that damaged ear.
I believe it's really one of the most exciting things that has happened to eardrum repair.
After 10 years of research, the team is about to start clinical trials with humans. They say they're eager to begin.
And even technology is taking its toll on religions. Smartphones, the internet, and many other modern technologies have completely changed how the people live their lives over the past decade. Religions, on the other hand, always considered traditional, have also been making efforts to adapt to this trend. Let's check out some Buddhist temples in Beijing to see this trend.
During the week-long National Day holiday, Beijing's biggest Tibetan Buddhist temple, Yonghe held its regular services. Local Buddhists and tourists made the most of it. Dong Tianyue is a student in Beijing. It's a first visit to the temple.
I saw this app on my cell phone, and it has all this information about Buddhism, and it has this information about this temple. So because this is a holiday, so I went here, and I think this experience is really fascinating.
Just like the one on Dong's phone, there are dozens of free apps in Chinese introducing all kinds of religions. And as microblogging, China's version of Twitter, gains in popularity. Monks have taken to this social network.
It is an age of information and open communication. The multilingual microblog boosts the interaction between the faithful and us.
Religions today are facing challenges in modern society. For centuries, monks have performed traditional rituals and lived a traditional life. Today, they are learning to catch up with the outside world.
I like the old times. Believers nowadays have a different age structure, and a lot of them have received higher education. So the spread of religion should be able to use the help of modern technology.
Still in China, Shanghai International Ornamental Fish and Fishing Exhibition kicked off Friday as arowanas, fish crowned as coming from the dinosaur ages, headlined the exhibits. More than 40 arowanas were on display, labeled with the country of origin notice, drawing great attention from visitors. Several rare and precious marine animals, including Singapore's straw hat, featured nautilus, seahorse, graptemis, and Brazilian slider, attracted the gaze of many children at the event. The experts at the event also took time to provide free consultation to visitors on ornamental fish breeding. The exhibition will come to a close on coming Monday. From China, we head to the U.S. Every October for 9 days, the blue skies over the American state of New Mexico are dotted with a rainbow of colors and a sea of shapes. That's when enthusiasts from around the globe take time to the sky for the world premiere of hot air ballooning event. The event is not only exquisite to the eyes, it's even better for the economy.
For 9 days each year, some 700,000 visitors descend on Albuquerque, New Mexico to watch nearly 600 balloons ascend into the heavens.
This is the 41st year of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta.
Up and away in my beautiful balloon. It was a hit 1967 single, and over 40 years later, it remains relevant.
The Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta is truly an international event. 19 different countries, Costa Rica, Europe, and Australia.
In perhaps one of the greatest places on Earth to fly hot air balloons.
So you are officially in the Albuquerque box.
Pilots say Albuquerque's Sandia Mountains and the Rio Grande River create a box, a perfect perimeter for flight.
Where pilots can literally take off and land from the same location.
You're flying an aircraft with no steering wheel and no brakes. Don't you feel better now? Now that we're about 1,000 feet in the air?
We know that the tourists, when they come in, they'll spend about 4.5 days in the Albuquerque area just, visiting the area attractions. So it's a great economic boom.
But it's the view from above that keeps them coming.
So peaceful up here. The sensation of flight is just incredible.
But as I soon learned, an incredibly peaceful flight can make for an incredibly rough landing. Yakenda McGahee, high above Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Now for some Shanghai Open updates. Novak Djokovic and Roger Federer went through on Friday to the Shanghai Masters semifinals. Serbia's Djokovic ended the run of Germany's Tommy Haas, winning their quarterfinal 6-3, 6-3, and will next face Tomas Berdych of the Czech Republic, who proved too soiled for Frenchman Jo-Wilfried Tsonga, winning 6-3, 7-6. Second seed Djokovic denied Haas his 500-match victory with a clinical performance. He will be attempting to win his 5th title of the year, although fourth seed Berdych will provide a stern test after his impressive display against Tsonga. Swiss number 1 seed Federer cruised past Croatia's Marin Cilic 6-3, 6-4 to conclude the day's action at the Qizhong Tennis Center. Federer will face defending champion and third seed Andy Murray, who is aiming for a 3rd consecutive Shanghai title and who earlier defeated Radek Stepanek of the Czech Republic. And in golf, American John Nallinger posted 7 birdies and an eagle to power to a 4-shot lead after Friday's second round of the Freeze.com Open in San Martin, California. Searching for his maiden win on the tour, Nallinger was flawless, with a course record equaling 9 under 62, remaining bogey-free through the opening 2 rounds to reach 14 under 128 at Corte Valle Golf Club. The 33-year-old pulled away from the leading pack when he knocked in an 11-foot putt for eagle on the 15th hole and then stepped on the gas with birdies on the 17th and 18th. Venezuela's Jonathan Vegas, 67, and American Billy Horschel, 65, finished the day tied for second at 10 under. Australian Nick O'Hearn backed up his 62 with an even par 71 to share 4th place with Belgian Ryder Cup rookie Nicolas Colsaert, 68, and American Scott Dunlop, 63, at 9 under. Thanks for the company. We'll be right back for more. Please stay with us.